back in the day, you would love this game.
Halo had its merits. Gears of War was pretty good too, actually. But I like, for me with FPSs, it's been tough. Like, usually I'll play through them for a bit, but once I'm done, I'm done. I put a lot of time into Destiny, and Warzone was pretty good just because I was able to play with like my brother and a couple friends. But as soon as they stopped playing, I haven't touched it since.
Yeah. No, yeah, there is a campaign for Warhammer, and it's like I've played it through it once now, and I'll definitely play through it again. But yeah, it's a lot like it's like third person Gears of War camera style.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you're a big ass space marine, and you're like cutting these like alien looking things in half with your chainsword and performing like execution kills and just like ripping them apart and stuff. It's one of the most high octane games I've played in a long time. They're actually coming out with a horde mode.
I played the original, just the board game. You know, the board game by itself with the little guys that you move around. What? Is there something on my face? You like that, Spiegler?
Handsome fucking golf guy.
Hey? That's right. What? That's how I look in real life, so. You like that? No, you don't like that? I know it's really harsh to do this for the podcasting audience while we're setting up. I have downloaded from Steam a program called Animes, and a lot of streamers use something like this where your camera maps your face, and then this program hijacks your camera and gives you an avatar and animates it. And look, I even got shoulder action. Look at this. No. Move the shoulders around, you know. Now imagine if you would
talking about like the girls that do what are the V tubers?
Yeah, but imagine
the anime girls.
Imagine playing Mummy's Mask looking like this. Huh? Anubis himself, you will be with me soon.
Oh, no? That works really good.
Huh? Imagine Troy playing Outlaws of Alkenstar. Looking like this, fellas. Oh, yeah. I mean,
hey, Troy.
It's pretty close.
Look at Jeff.
What do you think there, Troy? What do you think there, Pilo?
Not too bad.
Hey?
I think that was pretty good.
This one is somewhere between Pilo and Jeff Dunham's puppet, because like, it was like,
oh yeah, Ahmed.
I kill you. Ahmed. Look at the eyebrows. Huh? This tracks your eyebrows, right?
I like that.
I mean, you've got guys from every single character from Team Fortress 2 is free. You know,
my son would love that
because they've already been pre-mapped and released with the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, like it's crazy the stuff they have on here that you can muck with. Now, so you got to buy some stuff.
Should I be level 3, Jeff?
Yes.
Okay, I got to give myself a level.
My bad.
It's cool. It's cool.
Imagine doing the entire Evil campaign like this. The Foul Parody Podcast. Anyway, I digress. If I kill this,
I bet your wife only wants you to use the Dwayne Johnson one.
The Dwayne Johnson.
Easy. Ooh, what do I do? Athletics or athletics. It's a no-brainer.
So we are welcoming Matt Witt to the show, in case you haven't figured it out, because like the Abomination Felts are like, who's he talking? Who are we talking to? We didn't recognize that voice. Matt Witt will be joining the Abomination Vault show for an extended cameo.
Boo! It's me. I still haven't figured out the voice for my character, but expect something weird.
Expect something weird.
Not as weird as your avatar right now, though. I will say.
You're not going to go with the Dracula accent, Transylvanian.
That's my character from what was it called? The
What?
Foul Parody podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Was his name
There we
Anatoly? Anatoly?
Nikolai Anatoly.
Nikolai Anatoly, yeah. See, we really don't play that enough for it to stay in my head.
Well, Joe Davis coined a phrase, and I really like it. It's called First Edition Fridays. And I was like, first Friday of every month, get these guys to play First Edition, see if I can't dig up my daughter Alex and play Evil in the first part and Mummy's Mask at night when we lose Ryan, because he's not a part of that, and just go with that. So, time to run some credits.
We're not with Matt though.
Yep.
Ooh.
Because Corey's schedule has gone a little off the rails, and to keep the show going, I need to do at least one episode a month. We've not aired any episodes since September, or mid-October. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a Bomb Vaults at least once a month, and probably keep our focus on it, Laws of Valkenstar, but at least once a month, come hell or high water. But to play a Bomb Vaults with just 4 is kind of a death sentence. It's a dungeon crawl. Like, you guys could make but with the odd hiccup from America, whatever, I didn't want to say like, oh, look at that, we're going to end the show because, there were only 3 or 4 of you and whatever. So, when last we left our party, you guys had traversed to the 3rd level of the dungeon, had just stepped foot down there, and had run into an elemental air wisp and kicked its tiny little wispy butt. And then we had left off, and you guys had our dwarf in tow. So with a certain Cognal Anvilbender, played by Corey, faking illness. I mean, suddenly becoming, rather green, asking you guys to return to the surface. And upon said surface, showing you the map. Let's show you the map of Otari. What we got here? Map of Otari. Bum, bum, bum. On the Isle of Kortos, in the middle of the Inner Sea, just west of the big bad town city of everybody that's everybody knows and ventures in, is the logging town of Otari. And drawing your attention down the bottom left of the coast, the synagogue-looking building, number 18, is the Senrai Temple Archive, because it's a library, and it's a temple. And you guys have Matthew Spiegler's Barbarian Orc's best buddy, the half-orc cleric, Brother Green. Guys, go see Brother Green. He's like the acolyte that's been slowly converting you guys one by one. And we check in Corey. And hanging around the archive doing research on your behalf is Whitmore, the little halfling bard. And helping him research. Well, where'd he go? He must have just gone to the bathroom. Hey guys, check this out. I have found out so much about the noble family that Bellacrossa was a part of and some of her ambitions. I mean, and look at this. Anyway, he pulls out what looks like a scrapbook and starts showing you like some sort of mad annotations of like somebody's journal. And you guys flip through it. He's very proud that he found this thing. You guys flip through it and it looks like a millwright or like the baker or the stonemason or something and it's completely biased. And it goes on and on about the guy's work day and gossip in town from many, many years ago, mentions the Rose Guard, and then mentions defeating Bellacrossa, like as footnotes. You know, it's not very juicy or helpful either way. What? Well, but that's so far all I got. I mean, how are you guys doing? That's what I thought. So I'll keep reading.
Come on.
To go with the official, shall we say, I think I've been calling it wrong. I've been calling it the Pathfinder Core, but that's the name of the book. The actual system is called the Pathfinder 2 2nd Edition Revised. So I went into a whole bunch of videos and stuff and swapped out core, put in the word revised, and maybe people can find us that way. What do you guys have been... Second. No, that's all good. While you guys are topside once again, did you guys have any artwork that you wanted to take to a certain wizard that our half-orc magus, played by Eric, is in love with? Did you want to go see Matthew Spiegler's barbarian orc Kraga, his best buddy, the blacksmith? Did Troy Phillips's human cleric of Callistra, the goddess of lust and revenge, want to put down another down payment, or they'll put you in the holy rooms and you might feel the burn staying here in the temple? Or are we going to start calling Andrew Malburg's Gripply Rogue, fresh out of this swamp right here in the Gauntlet Ruin? Are we going to start calling you a trip key and using the official terminology? And I hope Matt's been paying attention, because that basically analogy of like who's playing what was for him, not for the audience.
Sorry, what? No, I'm just kidding. I was listening.
Yeah. Returning from the paddle room, from the very back of the temple, would you describe your character, Mr. Matt Witt? And thank you for your cameo.
So I am a Nagaji champion. So red scaled with kind of like white highlights on the fringes. I have a shield, big old iron shield, and at my waist is what seems to be a sword. And
I hate to do this to Pathfinder, but do you guys remember the snake people from the jungles of the old AD&D, the Yuntai? They were like
So it's like the opposite of a naga. So it's like snake head, human body instead of snake body, human head type of deal.
Yeah.
So it's like
they look like Voldemort after he reincarnated. You know, they got a very serpentine head with like scales, and you can ramp it right up to an actual forked tongue and teeth and snake eyes, or do you actually have the humanoid look?
I've got the cobra hooded snake head.
You flare out when you get excited.
Yep. And I honestly look draconian, but I am more of a snake.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
That's okay. We hang out with red goblins all the time, so you're fine.
Nice to meet you.
Kraga, do you speak? Oh, he thinks that. No, I'm going to put him to this. So, Matt, do your people have their own language? Because obviously, Kraga, the orc barbarian, speaks your language. Stereotype asshole.
Nagaji is its own language. Yeah.
Okay.
So we basically the Nagas are like a step closer to the divine than we are, as far as like the relation to our reptilian gods and goddesses. So we serve the Naga.
Okay. Now, reason why I put them here is if you ever run into a Naga in a dungeon, they're usually not only full of lore and respect knowledge, they're usually guarding lore. Like beside a sphinx in your desertary adventures, Nagas are usually placed in ancient ruins and that type of thing, and they're usually their lair, or they're like the door gatekeeper of some kind of ancient lore, like a guardian. And
I know some stuff.
yeah, Matt's people believe that these guys, like I said, are one step away from the divine, this creature, which is a snake with a woman's face kind of thing.
Yep.
So where else would you find a Naga angel worshipping, Nagi? Sorry?
Everywhere. Nagaji.
Naja.
Nagaji.
No, I'm saying, but the reason you're here in an actual library full of lore.
So I am searching. So one of the tenets of my goddess is to find the let me see, what was it called? The Chalice of Amrit, which has been lost to my goddess, and that's like that's the whole, like, one of the things. They're like, you are a champion of Ravithra, and your job is to find the Chalice of Amrit, which, like, basically any dungeon, any place where something could be hidden, we're gonna try and look there. Oh, and I have a bit of a hate on for people who betray or are treacherous. So sorry if you are a betrayer or are treacherous. I will be forced to kill you.
Singling you out again. Okay.
When you say champion, I keep forgetting that champion is sort of the paladin class hybrid into lawful good versus neutral good versus chocolate good versus,
I am true neutral.
Okay.
Good, evil, doesn't matter. Just don't betray your friends. And if you know where that Chalice of Amrit is,
okay,
hook a snake-headed dude up.
So, not halfling, gnome bard, Jargon Whitmore, true to his race, Matt is very friendly and outgoing, found you at this library, got chatting you up, started talking about how he personally is writing the memoirs of the next big hero party that are in a dungeon. Dungeon, you say? Why, yes. Not only is there, this ancient Sarenrae Temple library, which you as well have done the research out of the GM's guide and come up with dick all from some footnote of Sarenrae that might lead you on your quest. This gnome is on and on about these guys that are digging into a dungeon that's in a swamp, that's under a lighthouse. And every time they come up, they're coming up with more and more artifacts and books and all kinds of stuff. It's piqued your interest. Oh, I know these guys. I can introduce you. No problem. Fast forward a couple of days of you hanging out here. And, you just missed them. They were here at the temple for like an afternoon. Where were you? Oh, okay. And you kind of was a hit and miss. And anyway, finally, with you just in the other room talking to Brother Green and these guys shuffling in, dropping off one of their sick friends, and they're all surrounding him going, so what have you found out for us? Oh, yeah, I have this, kids craying book. Change the subject. Yoink. Hey, here's my new friend. Dancing over to you. Hey, what would you say? Well, I know your name in your language is not pronounceable, and he does the temperature is with the tongue.
You may call me Tassai of the Writhing Blade.
Right. Tass of the Wriggling Blade. Got it. Okay, so this is Tass of the... Sorry.
The Writhing Blade.
Tassai starts tilting his head and weaving his body slowly, his eyes boring into the gnome, and the gnome's like, Tassai of the Weaving Blade.
Writhing Blade, you fool.
Writhing Blade, right, got it. Shakes off the hypnotism.
I seek the Chalice of Amrit.
Right, and didn't you guys say that you had a whole bunch of stuff writing on chalices down there? Close, right? No? Feel free to unmute and just jump in the conversation, guys, because I'm dying here.
I don't know about treasure. I mean, I find things, but other people, I don't know.
Sure. Perhaps if I could join you on your next foray into the depths.
Says Jargon. New guy. I mean, your dwarf doesn't seem to be doing so well. So, what do you say?
Oh man,
Oh,
he
did it?
does seem kind of eager.
He's got
I'm
a
okay
sword.
with it.
He's got a sword. He's half crazy like you guys. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, and he's a holy man. You don't have enough of those.
One stipulation: I do not stand in front of him. I don't know. He just makes my skin all
Because he's a
jittery.
snake dude and you're a frog dude and you look like
Yeah.
lunch.
Interesting. What is your name, Snack?
It's Dubsy.
And who do you revere?
Money, gold, smoke'ems.
A simpleton.
Oh, Adabar. He's into Adabar. Get it? Commerce. That was a joke, right? Eyeballing you like you need this guy. Let me introduce you to the party's healer. Yes, Kraga, the chop doc. I mean, Kraga, the stitch ward. No, wait a minute. Who was the healer again? You guys can come back here. You don't really have one, do you?
Kraga tries to heal, but I'm probably the one they come to most when a little bit of stitching up needs to be done. Name is Ken. How are you today?
You want to describe yourself? It's been a while, guys. Even the audience probably forgot.
Well, Ken is just a simplistic guy. He's a cleric of Calistria. Simple clothes, kind of very like open, airy, yellowish whites. Big tattoo of a bee on his chest. And that's about it.
Next, we have our resident orc, Kraga, the barbarian.
Did someone say something about a drink?
Later, big guy. Unless you're talking about healing potions. Get it? No?
I definitely think I could use one of those.
What are you looking like these days, Kraga? I'm thinking like Dragon Age, where you do a couple dungeons and like you get gear, so your appearance changes. Now I'm wearing the armor that I took off a dead guy. I haven't washed yet, right?
I have really long, slender legs. I'm covered in a pink dress with big, sparkly wings.
And then you woke up.
Pleasure to meet you. Perhaps we could indulge in some festivities after our first foray.
And man, these guys love to party. And speaking of the opposite of party, man that's all business and our art dealer, we've got where'd you go? Gregor. Hey, Gregor, over here. Calling forth from one half orc clergy, a half orc, also dripping in weapons.
Okay,
It
so
looked
you
like
see a tall, relatively muscular half orc dressed in scale mail. He's got a spike chain wrapped around him, and he's holding a two-handed flail. He kind of glances over his shoulder. You see his skin is gray. You definitely tell he's not a full orc. Half orc, leaning more towards the orc side. His arms are covered in ritualistic tattoos. And he just kind of heads in your direction, starts approaching. Newcomer.
Tassie just extends his hand out. To clasp
Pleased to meet
arms.
you.
The standard greeting for warriors.
Considering we shuffled Eric's character in halfway through the show and he was like the resident new guy till you showed up. This kills jargon. Little gnomes just kill himself laughing. He's so funny. I love this guy. Sense of humor. What? No one got that joke? Oh, you and me, buddy. You and me. I got it.
Just moved up in rank.
Yeah, you're not the new guy anymore.
Yeah. So now you go
what's
first. Yeah, no.
What's your race called again, Matt? Nagi?
Nagaji.
How do you spell that?
Nagaji.
Okay. Sort of a Jumanji.
Kind of, yeah. Nagaji.
All right. Any more pleasantries or credentials you guys want to check on this guy? You said you were carrying a scimitar, is that right?
No. It appears to be a sword. It's sheathed at my hip. It appears to be a sword. Long sword is what or a short sword? I don't know what it. Probably short sword. Let me see what the damage is on that.
All right.
Actions. Yeah, it would be a short sword because I think a long sword's D8. Am I wrong?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Short sword's a D6.
So yeah, so it'd be it would I would appear to have a short sword at my hip.
Okay.
When's the last time you've eaten? Just curious.
Fear not, snack. I would never eat a companion. That would be an act of treachery and betrayal, and I would be forced to take my own life.
You see, he's got a pet name for you. He's got a pet name for you. You guys are getting along great.
Snake Man. Can if anything happens to you when we go down there, can I have your stuff?
I would expect no less.
I think we're gonna get along just fine.
Or my brother will be my next character, and he's going to want all my shit back. But you know how it goes. My brother Thid. He's from New Jersey. All right. So, with all of that, I gotta give you props for me dropping this kind of awkwardness out of the sky. This wasn't bad, guys. It wasn't bad at all. But hey, the best thing about dungeon crawls is you make the moments you can. So, not far to the northwest of town, the trail out of Otari leads into a swamp. And in that swamp is a ruined castle, which these guys have said they've already previously explored. Made a deal with some little pixie goblin dude to take out all the Morlocks in level 2, which they have. Going down to level 2, they found horrendous things, including some strange ghostly writing from possibly one of the original members of the Rose Guard, one that had perished fighting Bellicrasa and bringing about her end. Now, you already know about the actual lighthouse that is lit up eerily and beamed a huge ray into the graveyard, raising the dead. Not days ago, but there is a counter going. Got to watch that. And in and out, in and out, in and out the dungeon they go. Every time these guys come out, they're more and more beat up, more and more bloodied, but they do seem to bring more and more wealth to spread around town, or at least the temple loves these guys every time they come back. This time, taking a winding way. Any questions you ask about, what about that island and other little buildings over there? They're talking about there's all these stairwells that all seem to lay down and they double back. And taking a way that's a little hard to track. But if I could picture this in my mind, they go straight in the gate, through a main large room, off past several doors into a small room with a stairwell that leads down to another central room that has a secret door and a long hallway. And heading south in that hallway, through another myriad of rooms, they find another stairwell. And at the bottom of that stairwell, you guys find yourselves in a T intersection and back down on the third level. When you went north, you found a demon jailer who would let you off just this time. Kind of locked and marked that door. And to the south, you found an octagon room hallway where Prognu got ill, had to run home, and now we've picked up this most interesting fellow. And going more with, shall we say, the motif of colors that I could get out of that I could manage to get out of the minis, because they actually don't have your race here, sir. Tassie. Sir? Bring the map back up. You guys have left the cathedral, the dungeon. Do you have any questions for the party or the GM? Matt, Tassie?
No, seems pretty straightforward.
You have your own agenda, and hopefully that this dungeon crawl might bring you one step closer to your own quest.
Just another place to check off the list,
Yep. Oh, I totally get it. And fame and fortune and all that await, right? Let's see, back in. Voila. Oof. What was the armor you were wearing there, Tassie?
My armor is built in, good sir.
Right. Okay. So
scales.
The pale skin and red highlights of a vampiric looking mini. Not bad. Unless you would prefer, this is some of the fun things about playing on the, unless you would prefer something where a guy basically has red armor, you have a dude in like
I'm easy. Something that's semi-representative. And be right back.
Okay. So while you get the new guy in the back to jump forward and prove himself. Are you guys happy literally trying to pick up where you left off? I will be kind and say that you guys spent enough time topside to hand wave hit points back to full. As it were.
Yeah, I think, did we just go downstairs? Is that where we're at? Or did we,
I have you right back where you guys had left off, where you guys had fought that air elemental. You guys had literally just stepped onto the 3rd level. Barely did anything down here and ran smack dab into this red demon dude who claimed he was a jailer. A little negotiation with him, and you guys are like, okay, well, this and that. And he was like, all right, I'll let you guys off this time, but, next time, better watch yourselves. And El Poof, back here now. So, in an octagonal intersection, and you guys started licking the walls, and even found a little secret door. If you look to your west, Dubsy found a little secret door. Secret. In the secret alcove, we were talking about a bunch of elixirs and things that you guys had found. And then I will also be exceedingly kind and say that you guys went back and had this stuff ID'd. Just going to double check and see if I've got this on your... Yes. The potion of bark skin, the 2 bottles of Bravo brew, 2 healing potions lesser, and a Skeptic's Elixir. Skeptic's Elixir sharpens your mind, allows you to see through lies, falsehoods, magical trickery, and gets +2 item bonus to perception and DCs to notice falsehoods. Lasts for 10 minutes. Also getting this on will saves. And the Bravos brew was Foaming Beer. Grants courage. For the next hour after drinking this elixir, you guys get a +1 item bonus to will saves and +2 against fear. You guys were tickled with that, but we hadn't really divvied up who gets what. If you guys were going to try and sell any of this stuff, or if you guys were just going to like, okay, I'll take one of these, I'll take these. And that's when we had left off the last episode.
I'll grab the beers.
There's 2. You want to pass them around, or both?
No, they're mine.
Oh, is that right? For any objections before I hand these off to Captain Invincible here?
Yeah, who wants to step up to the orc and take his beer?
Well, it's a group. We're a democracy, right? So all 4 of them would be, hey, you can't do that. And you get your ass handed to you by the collective.
Greg is like, it's a drinking competition. And
no one has them. Set your hero points to 1, gentlemen. Not 0, not 2.
I'll stay at 99.
Oh, seriously, you guys let the orc dude take 2 bottles of liquid courage, and you're happy with that?
Phillipsy doesn't mind. It's all right.
All right.
I've got no
Barkskin.
objections.
Okay. Barkskin potion. Probably best in the hands of the caster, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I have the least amount of armor, I think. Myself or maybe Dubsy. Do you have need for armor? Or for dark skin?
Maybe. Second level spell. Let's see. Resistance 2 to bludgeoning and piercing. Weakness 3 to fire. Yeah. It could be good for anyone, really. Anyone on the front line would be nice.
I'm not usually in front line. I usually try to stay back, so it would be...
Yeah, maybe Gregor, you want it?
I got scale mail though.
Obviously it is. Healing potions. Does everybody have one on them? They're only lessers, but if someone does not have a bottle of pink, then the 2 here should really go to those people.
Gregor's got 2.
Yeah, I've got 2.
Kenro?
I've got 2.
I've got
the new guy.
3.
Give some to the new guy.
I don't mind giving some to the new guy. Can we trust you to use it on us, though, if we're in dire straits and you don't need it yourself?
You're asking the guy that's all about betrayal if he'd betray the party?
Yeah, well, we don't know that yet.
Ignore this insult. You must be joking.
Meant as an insult, my friend. Just want to make sure the party that we keep is ready to defend the party that they stay with.
Of course.
Well, then you can be trusted with these. And I'll hand over the 2 potions to him.
All right. And the Skeptic's Elixir. Who would be making the perception checks, falsehoods, spoken lies, deceit? It's kind of to anybody, really. You guys got a diplomat, who talks to the creature and the creature lies to you. But of course, then everyone makes the perception checks. So probably your best perception or your worst perception probably be that character.
Five to anything in that kind of area.
Yeah. So what are you, Craig? What's your perception bonus?
+5. My perception is a +9. So,
okay.
Who's got higher than that, or if anyone's tied or wants it, or else I'll take it.
Nope,
At a
mine's not.
9. But I was thinking Troy maybe.
Okay. I'll take that one then.
Yep, way better. All right. Sorry. So who's getting the skeptics?
Ken.
Skeptics choice. Ken. All right.
Going to Kenro.
Kenro wins. Our generic token human guy. Usually the first to die, or always the one guy that makes it out. Right. Good thing the human made it. All right. That leaves us with a hallway that goes 15 feet and becomes a stairwell going up, and then continues another 20 feet to a door, or heading south right in front of Tassie, another door. Both routes have not really been explored.
Which way is the fiend that we came from?
North. And also the stairway back in out of here is to the north, right behind Gregor.
All right. Well, let's go down this hallway, or do you guys want to open that?
Does anybody have any supernatural no direction or any supernatural find your way sort of abilities?
I've got some imprecise scent, but not really supernatural.
Yeah, man. You want to have a sniff? Sure.
Yep, 30 feet in precise scent.
Okay.
I do not have dark vision, but I do have low light vision. So is anybody here utilizing lighting?
Human.
Oh yeah, human.
Okay, so that's probably
Human.
good enough for me. I'll ride on his curtails.
Okay. Do you have any light source yourself, or are you just going to try and stay in the light kind of thing?
I have torches if I need them, but yeah, no, I'll stay in the light.
Okay.
I have light spell available if needed.
Enro's got a huge target on the mini, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell this is like what
He's
I've
targeting
done.
himself.
Yep, that's
Oh,
what
is
that
it?
means.
Okay. 'Cause
Trying
I'm
to make
looking
sure
at
you
this.
don't kill yourself, I think.
There we go. I cleared it. I think.
All right. Yep, that's cool. Okay. So on the map there, Tassie, the guy in blue with the whip curling around him, that's your human light source. Most others are going off of various versions of low light themselves or dark vision. And Ken is kind of a center back caster, so usually illuminates enough. Now, it's very subtle, but if you, for the video, not the podcast obviously, but for the video, if you notice the room, how it's bathed in sort of an orange tile, and then if you look to the east, it cuts away into a black and white. And that's because we've got Kraga looking down the hallway, and dark vision is sort of cut into a black and white.
Or low
swath.
light vision.
Yeah. So what I would like to know, I've tried to set up fantasy ground so that the party sees what the party sees, not just so individually.
Oh, I do have dark vision.
How much of that west hallway can you guys actually see? Can you see to the door, or does it just fade into darkness?
I can see the door.
Yeah, I can see.
Yes,
the
because you have
door.
dark vision.
The door's there.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So I believe I have sort of like what anyone can see, the party can kind of see. You know what I mean? So you have that...
Yeah, I think it depends
Tactical.
on which mini you click on.
Yeah, when I've got my own mini highlighted, I barely see down the hallway at all. But I've got no good line of sight. But if I click on anybody who's like in line with it, it shows me the whole way.
As much as I like role-playing the, oh, gee, I didn't see that or whatever, listening back, I found it actually like cumbersome, and podcast audience as well as players kind of assume that not just talking, but posturing, hand signals, and a lot of just observing how your guys move and what they're staring at can give away a lot of what they see. And I'm going to start hand waving that. Like, so if you guys want to click on other minis or, just like, I see what I see. As long as you guys aren't doing the metagame teleport. You got a guy focused on something in front of you, and then someone's like 10, 13, 15, 20 feet away, engaged in something and goes, do I see him doing that? That's like, well, if he's very interactive and loud about it, then yeah. But if not, leave him alone. You're doing your thing, they're doing their thing. Other than that, like no meta teleporting, but other than that, you guys should be all right. So, which way is it going to be? Back out? North, east, south, west?
I'm going to stand at the hallway and look at Tassie and
check what's behind that door. I'll watch the hall.
All right. Our new snake friend champion goes, and you guys see him sniff the door. Did you guys talk about your positions, like what you generally do? Because you've basically asked a champion to do a rogue's job, so he's gonna
Oh, I don't
see
know
how
if
sturdy
I know
the
you
door
well enough
is.
to tell you my positions.
My favorite position is actually, well,
There
buy
may
me
be
dinner
others
first.
More suited to exploration, but should combat arise, I will be at the front.
All right. Let me give a quick crack at it. See what I can see.
Okay.
I'll move up to the door and give an old perception check
In the
in the old tower.
Yep. Now, while he's doing that, unless somebody is engaged, like Gregor usually likes to guard R6 kind of thing, that's fine. And if you've got your mini position to like guard down a hallway like the two orcs, that's fine. But I also have two people that are kind of standing around waiting for the rogue to do his thing. So if you find yourself rogue adjacent and not engaged in guarding a hallway, I will also allow you guys to throw a perception in the tower to back up our little rogue here. Especially now we have a guy that can smell things and has a scent ability, because his perception of the world is much different than your own.
I see things.
Wait, you smell shit differently. That's for damn sure.
Into the tower.
I'm gonna throw a
Yep.
perception into the tower for like looking and listening down the hallway for any sort of
Sure.
sounds or movement.
Not so much when you got down here, but now that you guys have spent the proverbial few moments and we're... Oh yeah, that empty room. Where did that loot go? And Debsy sheepishly gives up the potions and we discuss who gets them. Damn it. Shouldn't have left that secret door open there, Debsy. It would have been the perfect crime. The smell and the scent. You guys hear what sounds like muttering, and not like close one person. If you go into a building that's full of people, even if there's no one in the foyer, there is an ambient noise of shuffling and talking in low voices and a presence. And this is what you hear down that hallway. And smell. Tassie, this place smells like death. And I don't mean like, ooh, fresh kills like the upper two levels, because these guys never bury the dead and you smell blood. So I say, you smell blood? I'm like, fresh kill. You smell death? It's like it's the moldy, rotting corpse. Been here a while. Death. And I don't mean musty skeleton death. That's ancient death. I'm talking like, decay. And this place reeks of it.
I smell corpses. Aged corpses.
I'm gonna make sure my weapon is drawn.
Okay.
Like now or all the time?
I see dead people. Drew's on fire tonight. That's 2 for 2, buddy.
In the rooms ahead.
And then I will also draw my weapon. And as I pull my short sword, you see it like come unlinked and droop to the floor. Very whip-like.
Happens to the best of us, man.
Okay, that made me laugh.
I was gonna say, it's not that he's making jokes as a player, it's that he makes jokes in a character. You know what? I'm going to reestablish a hit point for joke rule. If you guys can banter in character 3 times in a session, I'll give you hero point, starting with Drew, because that was good, dude. Give yourself a hero point, It's got to be in character, and it's got to insult, the situation or whatever. Because, it's what takes the itch off. Characters banter, and heroes banter, and bug each other, So that was good. Dubsy, you don't see to find a trap. Because, that saying never gets old. You gotta find new ways to do it. On the door.
All right, guys. It looks
Smell of death.
pretty good.
Can you imagine like an entire party of Matt's race? What's up, guys? And I don't think that would ever get old.
Just hope the town isn't named with an S in it anywhere.
Yeah. We like it here. Here down at Succubus Street.
Is this my friend Sisyphus?
Yeah, no way. Well, how's it hanging, Succubus? Oh, don't worry, that happens to the best of us. Anyway, I always turn in Sylvester. I don't think I could play a snake, dude. Anyway, no traps on the door, Miss Tripkey. He steps aside, Dubsy. That's what it looks like he's doing with the mini here.
Is it locked?
Oh.
Then I will move to in front of the door.
That's not just red scales the new guy had. That's pretty much a red shirt. Off he goes.
I will, with my shield hand, open the door.
All right. Light
The rest
from
of you stay behind me. I'll move behind Scales.
And step in. 10 feet.
A hallway heads due south 10 feet, and at the 15-foot mark, a door on your left, our east, another 5 feet, another door on your right, facing south, our west, and then another 20 feet extending the hallway to another door on the end.
Which I can't see.
The light is waning. Does anybody have a torch?
That I can help with. You want your weapon to glow, or would you like to carry something additional?
And that he'll just turn around and thrust his shield towards you and say,
Shield, please.
No, please make him cast magic on your drooping weapon so the Gripply can continue with magical Viagra jokes. I mean, he would have been 4 for 4. The god Cialis grants you... No? Okay, never mind.
the god Cialis.
I'm tired as well.
It does sound like a snake god, though, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Cialis, grant us. We really should just do a parody campaign, and Anyway, yeah, a little shuffle there. Gregor,
mumble some arcane words and cast light onto Tassie's shield. Does anyone else need a source? I can create up to 4.
Really? What happened to second casting cancels the first?
No,
Did they
you can
change
have
that
up to
revised?
4. You can have up to 4, and then any more you cast after that, it goes away. They've combined basically dancing light and light.
Oh no, that's cool. This is the new revised light spell and cantrip.
Here, I can read it.
It's totally dope if you can, because it used to be as soon as you cast in this exact adventure we had general casting, and then when we cast second time we read the spell and it faded, and you had to get more Cialis from the doctor. So yeah, let's
create an orb of light that sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius in a color you choose. If you create the light in the same space as a willing creature, you can attach the light to the creature, causing it to float near that creature as it moves. You can sustain the spell to move the light up to 60 feet. You can attach or detach it from a creature as part of this movement. You can dismiss the spell. If you cast the spell while you already have 4 light spells active, you must choose one of the existing ones to end.
Oh,
okay. That sounds like a pretty solid buff from 2nd edition. That's pretty cool, actually.
I like it.
Yeah. The only thing is, if you want to move it, like move the light ball, you have to sustain it, and you can move it up to 60 feet. But you get around that, you just attach it to something, and then Bob's your uncle. Off you go.
So now it's not that you don't cast it on an item and the item glows. You attach a glowing orb to the item and that glows instead.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So what I've done is I've put the flag on you in the combat tracker, and I've cast a light spell as if you cast it, and poof.
Nice.
Now you've got light stuck to you. And how long did this last, Eric?
Until my next daily preparation.
Okay. Does anybody else want another spell?
So I'll take up the rear, and I will cast one on my flail as well. So that way we always have a light.
Ken would have had
Front
it
and back, I like it.
His, Ken would have cast it as well as we came in because he doesn't have any dark vision whatsoever. So
Yep.
it would have been light on myself as well, probably on my whip, which I will draw as these guys start going in the door, so we know I have it open as well.
Okay. Now, just to be clear, a light spell is 20 feet. A torch gives you 25. So I think they're trying to be a little generous with the I got to carry it, and you have a weapon of fire.
So I will move up to the second doorway. And
sorry, one last question for Eric. Do you have to touch the item to cast a spell? Or is it range?
No, because I can. If we were in combat, it matters. But I guess so. I cast a spell and then I sustain it using an action, and as part of that action, I can attach it to something.
Okay, but can you attach it at range, or must you touch something?
you can make it move and then attach it.
Up to
We're
60
not in
feet.
turns.
Oh, you could float it up to 60 feet. Okay, so it does burn an action to float it down there as part of the Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah,
Good to know. Good to know. Okay.
Yeah, so if I was to do it in combat, I'd have to waste an action to actually move it to attach it.
Okay.
And the sustaining action. It's kind of neat. I think it's a worthy change.
All right. Braga, are you staying right in this guy's heels?
Yes.
The proverbial 10 feet away, you give him breathing room, but you don't want to eat any trap he sets off, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, 2 doors. The scent in here has not changed, but I will say that there is a fresh scent of said rotting corpse, and it gets stronger the closer you head south to that last door. Halfway down the hallway, the scent has gotten a little stronger there, Tassie. And you guys can smell it. When he points it out, it's do you guys smell burning toast or peanut butter? And everybody goes, oh, yeah. Just threw Tassie to make him interesting, but doesn't mean you guys can't smell this.
Guys, these any corpses left here from the Battle of Balcora is long since decomposed, so whatever we're smelling, it's relatively new.
Who else has been down here other than us that would be killing things? We've gone through quite a bit and seen nothing that could leave a large swath of people or creatures dead.
I mean, even the Morlocks had that ritual room, but that smell was contained to the one room of sacrifice. It wasn't, there was dirty Morlock smell all through their level, but nothing like this.
So do you want to check every door as we go, or go to the end where it smells the strongest?
I'd say check the store between me and you.
Middle door first and then go on to the second one. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Dubsy, you're up, friend.
And I indicate towards the door.
Oh, I didn't call you Snack. He doesn't like you anymore. So much for pet names.
Let's throw another try.
Okay. Perception in the tower, guys, especially rogue adjacent. Why not?
Start licking that door.
Dubsy. It's oak. Dungeon. A couple 100 years old, but sturdy. The ceiling's in here about 8 feet, unless we talk about a vaulted ceiling, which will take us up to 12. The floors are carved, if not fitted, stone. And, yeah. Definitely has a dead tang to it. but no traps.
It's trap free, I think.
Not locked?
Nope.
Okay. Then I will open the door and stride in 10 feet.
You are immediately rebuffed by a couch. What the hell?
Okay. Then I will stride around the couch. If I
A
can.
10 by 10 room, an ancient tattered sofa. It's a good couch though. Sits against the east wall of this room. The south wall shimmers with a strange green light.
Something is amiss with the south wall.
They just close the door on you. Wait for the popping sound. Okay, well, now we do an autopsy. Great party. When you met them, they were carrying a guy that was really ill. Just remember that, Tassie. When you met them, they were a man down. You know what I'm saying?
I will try a knowledge occultism to see if I can figure out anything about that south wall without touching it, just visually.
Sure. So while he's staring what you guys are doing, he has called your attention, but it's kind of a tight room, unless you guys don't want to pile in here. And
Dubsy will just poke his head in and take a look. Okay. And seem to remember something about the worm and the green lights around that.
Yeah, different. The whole beam that split the room and everything was more of a teal.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? This is more of, I want to say, zoom highlighting when you're talking kind of green, that eerie, ghostly green, that goosebumps green. You know what I mean? As opposed to that undead, faded, nasty teal that was raising undead. And it does look familiar, though, Dubsy, and it just wavers on the wall.
I'll throw in some wisp lore. Never know.
Okay. Have a quick peek. Think about it. Step aside. Let the next guy shove his head in while you're pondering, right?
I'll start looking at the next door, see if there's any traps.
Sure.
Walk to the front of the door and cast detect magic just to see if anything magical kind of pings from that wall or anything.
Okay. Step inside the room. Hey, that's not a bad couch, man. It's a perfectly good couch. You guys could take that out of here. I don't know anyone keeps the couch, but I'm just saying it's so bad. It's not so bad.
Does it have a pull-out or is it just a couch?
It's an ancient tattered sofa. It's tattered, it's ancient. No.
A little bit lighter. Without the bed in there, it's a lot lighter.
Take a look in the cushions. Maybe they can find the remote.
Pivot. Pivot.
Nice.
You do find, you already got a hero point, don't push it. You do find the presence of magic, spiritual magic.
Spiritual magic, okay.
Yeah, spirit magic.
Is it pinging from any specific place or it's just in the room?
The wall itself, the energy source itself, the shimmering on the wall.
I'll let them know, especially saying, just be careful, my friend, that wall is giving off a spiritual magic, so something's at play that's beyond just pretty lights and normal walls here.
I guess while Ken is in there, but turned and calling out, hey guys, because you're explaining through the doorway. Okay. Ken and Tassie still in the room. The shimmering light forms into actual letters, scrambles around, and doesn't float around and actually spelt Tom Riddle and then Voldemort. It actually tightens into stringent letters, much like what happened upstairs. And the green light forms a message. Belcora fell to the Rose Guard, but we never knew of the vaults below. Just long enough for you to take note, look at each other like, are you seeing this? I'm not crazy, right? And we didn't even lick the walls or whatever. And then, forming a ribbon of green light, it slides off the wall between you guys and the couch, banks up the wall around Ken, slithers through the door, and then goes right between Cragga's legs, right between Gregor's legs, who probably just step aside so they're not in contact with it, and starts winding its way down the hallway that Kraga was guarding earlier. And Gregor, you note that it disappears under the door to the east.
Tassie, did you just see that, or was it just me?
I did.
What did you guys
see
do in there?
that. Who is Balmora?
And what are the vaults that it was referencing? Do you know
Vaults?
anything about those?
I don't know. Do I know anything about that? What do you want? What knowledge skill would you like? I've got society, religion, and occultism.
Otari lore, Kraga, has already popped up
He's on
with
it.
something. Yep.
Sweet.
Kraga, first of all, you guys do remember seeing this before. Do you remember in the second level? You guys found a bathtub and their green lighting and the ribbon of green light that like faded off and brought you to a stairwell, and you guys went, nope, we're not going downstairs yet. Sorry, green light of whatever that is, and finished the level. Oh, look, the green lights here are very similar, and the spelling. Oh, he has commas now. His spelling's getting
a video
better.
game where you hit the map reminder and you hit the button and a little light shoots off telling you which way to go.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's way.
perhaps. DM says neither that you should nay or go gay or nay or yay. Follow it. Apologies, very tired. But unless Gregor literally chases it through that door, you guys have lost it. Because it didn't exactly wait around. And in its sudden movement and forming and like, I wouldn't say zips, but it crawls quick enough. It's like, and there it goes. It's like a mouse running along the floor, like that speed, you know, you could track it and jump on it if you really wanted to, but it's kind of shifting fast enough. It's like, just get out of the way.
Gregor, did you see where that light went?
Yeah, Gregor's not the chasing kind. Yeah, I saw where the light went, but not. I'm not sure where it went to.
Okay. Well, what do you think, Ken? Should we follow the light or continue searching this hallway?
Well, that light was speaking of vaults and the Rose Guard and other things from ancient times. So if we're here to find things from ancient times, then that light might be our best bet.
Do you agree, Dubsy?
I mean, I guess we can follow the alphabet. That's fine too.
Tonight's dungeon brought to you by fear and the letter B.
Yeah, no, that's how we end up in these predicaments. So we keep running into trouble by chasing and getting sidetracked. Let's, I think we stay on point here and keep progressing forward. My 2 cents, anyways.
Kraga, do you want to check this couch with me?
Ooh, check for some change.
Anything. Who knows? It could be a stairway. We move the cushion and a staircase opens up. There's many. This place is a nightmare. So, I'm not above leaving anything unturned right now.
Okay, we'll figure out where that light went later. I'll help you with this couch.
There's the green light gone completely off the wall now, so it all just went in and then disappeared, right? So the light's gone from this room. It's just the couch now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Kraga and I are gonna go give the couch a little once over.
Sure.
Looking for
At
the
this
change
point,
in between the cushions.
yeah. You guys find 3 things. First, you do find a pair of copper pieces, enough to buy an ale, of a very old mintage. It's like finding the 1972 penny. Cool, it's old, but not enough for like a collector. You know what I mean? A couple copper pieces.
Orders that are actually made of.
Whoa, Canoro, that's not the cushion.
Sorry, buddy. My mistake.
Did your deity tell you to do that again?
Conversations between my deity and myself are private, my friend.
But Henry will tell you about a script that he has in mind and his deity want to produce. And if you just lay out on that couch and, listen to his proposal.
Really wanted me to check the couch with you, did you? This was all a ploy.
Got a proposal for you. Couple coppers for an ale, and I'm being generous. The door, Dubsy, is not trapped. And getting back to Tassie's question, the gnome was going on about the Rose Guard and Bellicora, who was a noblewoman that apparently built a lighthouse in a swamp. Kind of Nutbar builds a castle lighthouse in a swamp that isn't even near enough the coast on our little coastal town to be much good. Oh, and then the light came, what?
Sounds like a perfect place to hide a chalice.
Yeah. Yeah, that beacon is grail shaped, if that's what you're talking about. Could be something, Gregor, there are 2 stairways down that east hallway. The ribbon zip past. Both stairways going up, I believe, and like I said, disappears under a door. Dubsy, the door does not seem to be trapped. And Kenro and Kraga are playing around on the couch. Ken, put 2 coppers on your character. Ancient copper pieces, or 1 for each of you if you wish.
You said they found 3 things: 2 coppers and what?
Oh, and a good time. And a script for the early pages of Her Majesty's Tea Service, if you know what I'm talking about, 1st edition.
Damn, bro. Risque.
The lusty Argonian.
Damn, Spieg, you should be playing the evil campaign because, when they took over the sheriff's office, they found contraband, and there was actually, beeline classic novels in this sheriff's box. Anyway, and we've just never let that joke go. Anyway, don't seem to find a trap there, Dubs.
Okay.
Who's brave enough to pop open the door? Yeah.
I'll pull up my weapons first, and
okay.
I'll make sure Tessai is ready, and then open up the door.
Okay.
Sai just nods back. Yep. And as soon as he opens the door, I will push past and move 10 feet into the room.
Okay. Another.
Or 5 feet
door.
and to another couch.
Yep. That's right. What do we got in this room?
The people who must have built this labyrinth were lazy.
Home theater. An ancient sofa with its coverings torn open and its stuffing and springs revealed sits against the west wall of this room. Not just sitting there tattered, but somebody literally ripped the sofa apart.
I'll move out of the way of the doorway and start searching.
Okay.
I'll go in and also take a look. Man, this couch isn't very good. We can't just sit on it.
Couch over here is great. I'll take a seat.
Yeah. Keep yucking it up about your couch.
Still plenty of room, my friend.
Okay. Halfway through your search, gentlemen, you get the distinct feeling that somebody's watching you. An overwhelming paranoia fills you with the dread of being observed. I have a willpower save. Everybody that's in the room.
Willpower.
That's a 21 for Dubsy.
$22.
Oh, just the 2 that are in the room there, Kraga.
Oh.
The other room. The new room. The new room.
Sorry.
A natural 1 for 9.
DC 25.
Ooh.
Fail, Dubsy. You become frightened 2. And no one, and I mean no one, is an ally right now. And Tassie becomes frightened 3 and is confused. Let's begin the combat, shall we? Round 1. I'll have perception from everyone. Main page, if you please.
13.
12 for Dubsy.
12 for Gregor.
Oh, we are rolling good tonight.
Braga?
Oh my god, we're really not, though.
No. No one got above a 10.
But Gregor did okay, yeah?
Get him out now. Get him out now, guys.
7. All right.
Oh, did you main page that? It didn't change your initiative for me. So Gregor, I got to change it to 12. Okay.
Yeah, no, I did
All
for
right.
my main page.
Oh, it didn't stack. That's fine.
I think you might have to have your mini selected when you do it for it to land on the combat tracker.
For Roll20, but for here, if you guys use the main page initiative perception as opposed to the skill page perception, it should automatically track in my thing here. But that's fine. You guys called it out. That counts. So, starting with the cause and effect. Puff, I did my thing as a reaction. You guys get freaked, and we'll start with Ken. Ken, you and Kraga are just finishing up searching the other room.
Mhm.
And a uneasy feeling sort of, I wouldn't say washes over you, but the hair on the back of your neck stands up. It's not so strong that you're affected yourself, but something supernatural this way comes.
I'll just look at Kraga and something feels off, my friend. We should go check on our on the others to see if everything's okay. And I'll head over towards the other room.
Okay.
My weapon is drawn. My weapon was
okay.
already drawn before we came down here, so I do have my weapon out still. Or I guess
You want to go past the friendlies and enter the room?
I'll call out. I'll walk out and I'll be like, "Is everything okay? I'm getting some unusual vibes, guys." Like,
Yeah, sure. Tassie is, let's see here. Where is the effects? Frightened. Now, I'm assuming it says confused as long as frightened. As frightened 3 means 3 rounds, and it ticks down. -3, -2, -1. Because it says you are confused as long as you are frightened. And we need to look up the new confused. What happens to Tassie when he's confused? Does he observe friend as foe, foe as friend?
You don't have your wits about you, and you attack wildly. You are flat-footed. You don't treat anyone as your ally, though they might still treat you as theirs. And you can't delay, ready, or use reactions.
Excuse me, sir. I always have my wits about me. It's my name. It's not Tassie's, though, so poor guy. So sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
No, all
right,
good. You use all your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrips, though the GM cannot have you use other actions to facilitate attack, such as draw a weapon, move so that a target is in reach, and so forth. Your targets are determined randomly by the GM. If you have no viable targets, you target yourself, automatically hitting but not scoring a critical hit. If it's impossible for you to attack or cast a spell, you babble incoherently, wasting your action. Each time you take damage from an attack or spell, you must attempt a DC 11 flat check to recover from your confusion.
Okay.
Sorry, Dubsy.
A wellspring of accusing eyes look to you, and you feel you're being watched, and they shift like the sight of your goddess to the betrayer. The betrayer is before you. Snack has betrayed you and the party and must be instantly punished. Your brain fevers with this confusion and flavor. And have at him.
Oh, I actually go first. Poor guy.
Yeah. But you're allowed to speak.
I can speak? Cool.
It says if you can't take it out on somebody, you babble incoherently. So there's no reason why you can't sort of start babbling like a madman while attacking.
Ravithra's thorn, die, betrayer!
And I will take a swing. And miss. Because the dice are favoring failing this evening.
Which kind of fails in somebody else's favor. Okay. Being confused, I will say, is not exactly a rapid state of mind, so I'm happy with a single attack. Doesn't mean like, oh, I'm sorry, you just unload on the guy. You know what I mean? There's that paranoia. Get away from me, I hear voice. You mean like I would even burn actions in that sort of confusion of what you see and what you perceive, and you focus
3 actions just for a single strike. I think that was in the description, was it not?
It just talks about you
Fusion?
attacking.
No, I think it's a take 3 actions. You're muted, sir.
Eric?
Yeah, sorry. Cast use all your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrip.
Oh, okay. So you would just wail on him. 1, 2, 3. Whap, whap, whap. It says you take all your actions to attack, not... Yeah, okay. Did you have your weapon out? You did, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
All right. With penalties, second attack, going Dubsy's way. Sorry, man.
If there's another target, though, he may choose another target. His targets are random.
There's one in
no
the
other
room, and it's
targets.
between him and the door.
Never mind.
Oh, wait a minute. Ken,
No, it said
did you not say you entered the room earlier and sit on the new couch in the spring when it was ripped
No,
up?
the old couch. I was sitting on the old couch with Kraga.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, my couch is fine, and sat down on it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. This is like the new couch is fine. You sat on a spring. I'm like, well, he's into something. All right. Yeah, kind of like he's bottled in with Dubsy between him and the door. So
that did not work. There it goes. Another miss.
two for the guy in front of me and 1 for the guy across the room. And, that's a miss?
Yep.
All right.
Says so.
Final action. Final action. Huge penalties. Just start wailing away and confused and incoherently. Might even hit himself.
It's not working.
If you have any of your actual little windows open covering up the chat, and you try to throw a dice in there, it won't register it. You have to have all your stuff off of
There,
the chat.
critical miss.
Oh, no.
I rolled a 2 with a -2 penalty, so that's a 0.
Yeah, and Dubsy has a name, so I'm actually going to pull a crit miss card.
Your arm falls off and you die.
Nope.
Oh, good
He
game, Phillips.
swings so wildly, he starts knocking himself off balance, and you take a -2 penalty to attack rolls until the end of your next turn. Which, actually, so he's swinging so wildly and flailing, not like a thoughtful fighter. You're actually going to take -2 for your entire next turn of attacks, Matt.
Boo.
Which
But
which
good,
actually
good in
kind of
this
helps.
case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Dubsy, what do you do?
Failing forward, guys.
What the heck? How did he know I was planning on betraying him?
It's like he could see my soul. What do you do, Dubsy?
Curse you and your inevitable betrayal.
Let's see. I'll shout out to the guys. The guy's gone crazy.
You bail? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Dubsy, you also failed. You're completely frightened at Frightened 2. You're not confused, but you feel that supernatural fear pressing in on you. You're scared, and then the guy next to you go nuts. You might actually have an inkling of something isn't right here. It's not just he went mad. You feel paranoid yourself. Somebody's watching you, and then your supposed 5-minute ally just suddenly turns on you. It's nail biting. What do you do?
Yeah, let's see. I am scared, so I will run out the door dodging and weaving out of Tassie's reach, past Gregor to the south.
You have attacks of opportunity there, Tassie?
I don't think you can use reactions.
No, I might, but I don't. Yeah, I think I actually do.
If they're gonna have him wail on you like a madman for a whole round, then yeah.
Oh, he can't use reactions.
Oh,
as
there
a
you go.
confusion.
So I do not.
Okay.
Oh, so my reaction only triggers when an ally is damaged. So
Okay.
we're good.
Dubsy, the way out is north. Would you flee that way? Being in a frightened state, if I might direct you in your confusion. He's nuts. Gang past him towards the door. When Dubsy reaches the doorway, you gonna go full move, or you just want to like get out and close something behind you?
5. I will turn around and close the door.
Okay. Fleeing and closing the door. And we will see you all next time.
Good luck, everybody else.
Warlock cast arcane gate because we need an escape. This magic weapon refused to turn the tide. It breathes by all of its saints. Who cares if we're a disgrace? In just one shove, our wizard rolled death and fell. Tell me what we'd brawl this thing. Too many limbs that sting. All of us played food for its spawn. Up our XP and then we'll bring new dice for the slaying. A pretty mix, blue, black, and gold. Rolling higher, love. Oh, tell me not to give up. Provoke me, haste me, faster dash. Returning, churning, savage attack. The character so cozy, buckets of dice. You know me, I'm gonna write all these actions down. Blowing bubbles below, see camping next to coyotes. I don't wanna die, let's head back to town. Let's head back to